If you look at the Gold Reserve Act of 1934, most Americans remember this as the act where FDR stole all of the gold from American citizens. Or as the Federal Reserve likes to put it kindly, the act transferred ownership of all monetary gold in the United States to the US Treasury and prohibited the Treasury and financial institutions from redeeming dollars for gold. Now, before this, if you had dollars, it said on them redeemable for gold because that's what the dollar was. It was just a gold certificate that at any time you could take it to the bank and you could get your gold for it. And the price of gold was legally $20.67 per ounce. Now, there were legal limits on how many paper dollars could be printed to put out into circulation because if there were too many, then there would be a bank run. Everybody would go turn in their paper to try and get gold from the bank, and there wouldn't be enough. This is the problem with a central bank and with fractional reserve banking. Money is fraud. And so there were legal limits on how much fraud could be committed across the system overall. And so if you're a president that likes to play fast and loose with the rules and ignore the Constitution, you're going to want to find ways to spend more money, especially if you can do it through printing more dollars. What better way to do that than legally declare the value of the gold is a lot higher? Because now that raises the limit on how much paper you can print that is backed up by that gold. And so that's exactly what FDR did. After he confiscated all the gold from Americans and gave them $20 in paper per ounce, then he raised the price of that gold to $35 per ounce and was able to give the US government a nice boost in cash spending power as a result. And so gold revaluation in order to boost spending power in a budget neutral way has a long history across the world and in the United States. It would not be unprecedented whatsoever. The only question would be, what is the money going to be spent on? And given the fact that we are $37 trillion in debt, and year to date, we've already spent $1.6 trillion more than has been taken in taxes, to be honest, an extra $1 trillion coming in to the federal budget through some printing is not going to make a dent.